First opened in 2002, there's a look inside Ford Field here in downtown Detroit, the Motor City. Today, our holiday coverage kicks off with a good one here, as it'll be the Jacksonville Jaguars taking on the Detroit Lions. It's been a tradition since the early days of the NFL, and we're off on Thanksgiving Day in Detroit. And his guys will get the football right at the 20-yard line. They'll try and start this drive in the air. Comeback route, and he finds St. Brown. 14 yards there on the first play from scrimmage.
I don't care who you put on him. He's going to be a handful in one-on-one throws.
Yeah, right now, you're right. They're in man-to-man. Maybe need some safety help.
I would say that'd be a good idea. Double team him somehow. I'm going to have to make someone else beat me rather than let him shred my defense.
The Lions coming in looking for win number 7 on the year. They were winners last time out, so they'll be looking here to make it 2 in a row.
And when you and I watched tape prepared for this, what we saw was a team that competed hard, and they played well in all 3 phases of the game. And I think if they can carry that over to this week, they've got a really good chance to emerge victorious yet again.
So 5 yards here, 5 on the play. And 3rd and 1 now. So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down. Back to throw again. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he's going to have the Lions first down as they're able to convert, albeit not by much, on 3rd and a yard. Couple of first downs to kick off the drive. Here's 1st and 10 up at the 46. On the ground, this is Quinshon Judkins. He had to fight that time. Ran through 1 tackle, but ultimately he's only going to get back to the line of scrimmage. Now, hang on here a second. Looks like a Jaguar in some obvious discomfort from that last play. You look at this Jaguar defense. Currently number 1 in the NFL against the run.
Now if they could just get their pass defense in line, this unit would be really, really strong. And remember the conversation with the defensive coordinator? He wants them to rush the passer better. He wants to see the quarterback on the ground. They've got to create some sacks.
And he said it starts early and often. We'll see if they can get to him. Here comes the 7th play now of this drive as this is 3rd and 10. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. And the throw there going to be incomplete. That's a pretty good opening possession defensively.
And you know the goal is to make something of a statement, especially on the road with your first defensive possession, isn't it? Go right out and establish yourselves and let them know this is going to be tough going all game long.
They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. Well, on that punt, we've got a man shaken up. The medical staff will attend to him, and we will step aside. Lawrence bringing the Jaguars up, 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line. They'll start on the ground. ETN. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. 23 yards on the pickup there and a first. Pretty explosive run on that inside handoff, and when you're a runner of his caliber, you don't need a big crease.
You really don't, but also what we're seeing is an offensive line that's taking charge at the point of attack, aren't we? Not only are they controlling the initial contact, they're actually utilizing what they call the strain, the next 2 to 3 seconds to continue to move people.
And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
Brandon, watching their tape from last week, I saw plenty of plays like we just saw there, forcing incompletions. It was key in their win last week. They're hoping the same thing happens this time out, too.
A shotgun snap and a give to ETN. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to go down as a loss of 5, and it brings up 3rd down.
He's got exactly what you're looking for, the ability to not just diagnose a play and quickly, but to make a play as well. Nice job there tackling him for a loss.
And he gets this to the 48, but no further. Well short of the line to gain. 9 yards that time on the keeper. Brings up 4th down. So on 4th down, here's Logan Cook to punt for Jacksonville. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. And he was looking for the check-up bounce, didn't get it. That scoots all the way into the end zone now for a touchback. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. Over on the sideline, hoping to hit that reset button between possessions. Last time out, they had to punt it away. This time, hoping to finish this thing off in the end zone. So nothing doing there. And that will bring up 2nd down. At the 20-yard line. They'll run. This is Judkins. And some room to maneuver. He's on his way. And he's going to be shoved out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. 69. Yards rushing for him as he's got the afternoon off to a great start. He was over 100 yards a week ago, and he's well on his way once again.
Say it with me, partner. Encore, encore. This guy's headed towards getting it done one more time.
Now the first carry here for the running back. Shedding through the defense. And he couldn't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. 10 more there and another 1st down.
We use the word relentless a lot with guys who are aggressive on the field. In this case, it really fits, doesn't it? How about his ability to break tackles and his feet never stop moving?
Let's go. Looking to throw. To the goal line, but it's incomplete. Down here in the red zone, you know your tight end's going to be a favorite target. Couldn't hang on.
And sometimes they just have to get out of their own head because they understand how tight windows are there and how many bodies are there. And sometimes they just overthink it and don't catch the ball.
Judkins is in for a Lions touchdown. So the rushing touchdowns continue to stack up, CD. That now 15 for him on the year.
And give him a ton of credit for staying healthy, being a smart runner, and is showing just how important he's been to his team. He's got to be their MVP at this point in the season, and those votes may even turn into league MVP votes when it's all said and done.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. As mentioned, this one of the hottest teams in the NFL, riding that winning streak into this one, but now playing here on Thursday night. Do you think that this helps or hurts their momentum?
Well, ordinarily, I'd say it hurts the momentum because now you get that short week. But when a team's playing as well as they are, it actually allows them to down focus and only worry about themselves and less about their opponent. So when you're playing well, you just worry about the things you're doing well and let the opponent deal with that.
It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. Now this defense for the Lions, they were terrific a week ago in the win over Washington.
And as in any game, takeaways are always a big key. They're always discussed on defense. There's an emphasis there. And they came away with 3 interceptions in that game.
ETN up the middle. And this won't be enough to pick up the first. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1. Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
They'll run with ETN. And he will have the first down as he gets this to the 47. It's a 9-yard gain, and it keeps the drive moving.
Well, they came into this game saying it was important that they set the tone and show that they can run the football. I believe that they've done that here in the first quarter.
Now Lawrence. Now he's going to step up and run. Thomas brings it in. And he'll get this to the 30-yard line before crossing over out of bounds. 16 yards that time on the pickup for the Jags and a first down. Straight ahead, ETN. A short gain here, maybe a yard to the 29. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. The Jags with the football to begin the second quarter, as they're looking at a 2nd down and 9 to go. Hunter now will go in motion left. Now Lawrence to throw. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Brown. His first catch there. Good for 10 yards and a first down.
What a drive this has been, just chewing up the yardage. And here's one of their best plays yet as they finally get down into the red zone and look to finish this off with 6.
A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. From the gun, it's Lawrence. Over the middle, complete. That's Brown. And he takes it in. Touchdown, Jacksonville. De'Ami Brown with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Jaguars are an extra point away from drawing level. Out comes the kicking team here for the extra point. It's up and good, and we're tied at 7 here in quarter number 2. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And taken down just past the 20 at about the 21-yard line. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. A lot of time for this unit to game plan on the sideline after that drive that they watched the other side just score. But remember, last time they were out, they scored as well. We'll see if they can seize that momentum right back.
And they haven't had a lot of time to cool off from reaching the end zone the last time. So have they been able to keep themselves mentally sharp and into this game, even though they haven't been on the field? And you and I both know, one big play, though, gets him right back up to that level.
On first down, he'll drop to throw. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Boy, that ball's just hanging up there waiting to be intercepted. That looked doomed from the start. But they took the deep shot anyway, and fortunately, it winds up incomplete.
And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. Checks it down to Jenkins. And he'll go down inside the 45 before going out of bounds. That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there. They'll come to the line needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. They'll go to the air here on 3rd and 2. He's got his target. That's complete. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down.
First and 10 at the 36-yard line.
Again, he'll drop to throw. That's taken in. Isaiah Bond. So the completion good for 7 there. And it's 2nd down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
From the 29, here's 2nd down and 3. A give. Here's Jenkins. And down inside the 15 he goes. 114 yards rushing for him so far in this one as he nears 1,400 for the year.
This guy's well on his way now to a big game on the ground. It's another good run there. Puts him over the century mark in yardage, and we're still in the 2nd quarter.
From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10. Back to throw. This to Laporta, right side. That was play number 7 on this drive, and it got him 7 yards.
I know sometimes we can get fooled when we watch him make catches, as we just saw him do there, because he really looks like a wide receiver the way he goes about his business.
Yeah, 230, 240 range.
Yeah, not super huge. Maybe not counted on to be that inline point-of-attack blocker that we used to have in the good old days, but you can flex him out. You can run wide receiver routes with him. You can make him a primary target, and that's how he'll shred a defense.
2 yards on the pickup there. And that'll leave him with a 3rd and just a yard. An inside run with Jenkins. And he's going to run into a brick wall right in the middle of the field, and I don't think he got there. He's having a big game running the football, but that one will hurt the yards per carry a little bit.
Yeah, but the average he's got so far, that's the type of average he wants to take with him to contract negotiations, doesn't he?
And no move to get the offense off the field. They'll stay put on 4th and 1. He'll look to throw. He's got his man. It's caught for a Lion touchdown. Isaac to Slaw from 3 yards out. And the Lions take a chance, but they find pay dirt on 4th and goal. Well, that's just how they drew it up, CD. His first read was there, got it to him quickly, and into the end zone.
Absolutely excellent execution by all involved. And the coordinator, got to give him credit, found the perfect play call. Quarterback let it fly as soon as the target came free, and his guy made a nice catch. Just how you draw it up in practice and then execute it in the game.
Extra point by Patterson, up and good. And that makes the score 14-7. Here are the Lions now as they line up and kick this one away.
The Jaguars take over 1st and 10 at their own 35-yard line.
The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. They trail a one-score deficit, 14-7, as they come up 1st and 10. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. A good pickup there, a 22.
Certainly no settling into the drive there. They came right out on the first play and attacked the middle of the field for a big gainer and a first down.
From the shotgun, Lawrence. A short throw there to Strange. They find some open field here. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop him. Big gains in succession. Last one was over 20. This one over 30. Now, we know this offense has the potential to strike quickly, and they just bit off 2 huge plays on back-to-back snaps.
So on the other side of the ball, you've got to go Band of Brothers thought process. No one left behind. No pointing fingers. No accusations. Because if you don't, those quick strikes we just saw, they become long-lasting.
And he'll protect himself at the end here as he winds up getting pretty decent yardage. The improv on the scramble there gets him 6, and it'll be 2nd down. We've hit the 2-minute mark of the 2nd quarter, 14-7. Four yards to go on 2nd down from the 7. Here's a give to Etienne. And he will get this into the end zone for a Jaguar touchdown. Travis Etienne with his 9th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Jaguars are within an extra point of tying up this ball game. A try here for the extra point. And we've got a good one brewing. We're all knotted up at 14. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. And he won't quite make it to the 25. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And that last drive was very, very balanced, pretty methodical. You think they go that route again?
I'm always of the school that until they stop me from doing something, I'm going to continue. And I think that that's exactly what they'll look to do. But the beauty is the balance that they've created sets up opportunities for big plays. Looks like a run, turn into a play action, and throw one deep.
They give up the middle. Jenkins. And he gets us to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. 140 yards rushing for him so far as his terrific season continues here.
First and 10 at the 43-yard line.
They'll look to throw here on 1st down. Over the middle into traffic, and that's complete. The result, only 4 yards there on the play. And that'll make it 2nd down.
I think as he began this throw, you saw that the area was congested, but he has a lot of confidence in his arm, and he fits that one in there nicely. They pick up the catch, not much yardage afterwards.
They'll run from the gun. It's Jenkins. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up 3rd down. They'll come to the line here needing 9 yards to pick up the first. On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. And he will find his man on the outside. That'll go for a gain of 7. And that's going to bring up a 4th down.
Well, it looks like they got what they wanted. They got the completion, but they weren't able to break any tackles or gain nearly enough yardage to pick up the first down. Now to be 4th and short.
Riley Patterson now on for the field goal. It'll be spotted on the right hash. A 52-yard attempt. Patterson's kick is good. And they take a 17-14 lead. So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number one. Field goal you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
And with just 4 seconds left in this first half, a timeout call. And you see the clock almost empty, so this is likely the last play in the second quarter. Final play of the half. It's Lawrence. He's going to float this one deep right side. And he's in for the touchdown on the final play of the first half. The prayer is answered.
How did they get that done?
So instead of trailing into the lockers, they grab the lead with the clock reading all zeros before intermission.
I would love to go into the locker room with them because right now they're riding a nice wave, aren't they? They're feeling good about themselves. But I know the coach is going to be talking to them about calming down, taking it easy. We've got a whole second half, but use the way we finished the first one to start the second.
It's been a shootout so far. We'll see which defense can make the adjustments as we get back underway in the second half. And out a little across the 25 to the 27. The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. They have played so strongly. You look at the scoreboard, you probably, with the way they played, you would think the margin would be a lot bigger, right?
You would. And in your experience, how many times have we run into coaches where they've talked about, hey, we just want to put it in the hands of our defense and have them win the game? In this case,
yeah, not the case.
Not at all. You want to put it in the hands of your offense, but you always feel better about seeing defense because you think defense is a constant and offense kind of comes and goes. Today, this game, no, they need their offense to stay on a really hot level.
They've been hot so far. Now Lawrence. And, he's unable to hold on to that defensively. A potential game changer, but it falls incomplete.
Well, I think he's as fine with that incompletion as a quarterback can be, in all honesty. He avoided his first sack of the game, and he did have a chance of connecting for yardage, just unable to on that throw.
From the gun on third down, Lawrence. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he will have a Jaguars first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing playing against a good quarterback like he is to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front. Defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
Ball on the 47-yard line. Here's 2nd and 2. In motion right here, Hunter. Play action. It's Lawrence. That's complete to Travis Etienne out of the backfield. And it's going to be another first down as they'll get him to the ground at the Lions' 40. Give him 12 yards on that one. It earns him a fresh set of downs. So the ball moves into Lion territory now. Here's 1st and 10, right at the 40. Lawrence going to throw again. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Well, that's a good piece of quarterbacking right there because he certainly felt the pressure coming. The alternative, getting sacked for the first time. He didn't like that option at all. Did a nice job saving yardage by throwing that one away.
Here's Lawrence. Screenplay. Here's Etienne. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead.
Good reactions there defensively. That screen was a little slow in developing, and they shut that one down with little gain.
They'll need to get it to the 30 for a first. This is 3rd down. Here's Lawrence to throw. That is caught. And it's going to be another first down as they'll get him to the ground at the Lions' 21. 17 yards on the pickup there. The drive will continue. Lawrence. He'll get this out to the flat for Etienne. Only able to gain a couple there, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
Well, offensively, that's the mismatch that you want. You want to force a linebacker to try and cover your back out of the backfield, out in some open space. But linebackers nowadays, they run like backs, and they take a lot of pride in covering. What a nice play he made there in the open field.
And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on. 3rd down.
In the red zone, precision is the watchword. If the throw's a little too early, too late, maybe off a little bit, going to be a good chance that any attempt is going to be a contested one, and that one falls incomplete.
So the failure to connect on 2nd down, that leaves him staring up here at a 3rd and 8. And here's a handoff out of the gun. And they work this near the 5. He'll be stopped at the 6. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive, because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense getting a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard. And now the Lions going to stop us momentarily as they call a timeout. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this 3rd quarter. On play action, Lawrence. Now a run here off the RP. And he will get this into the end zone for a Jaguar touchdown. Travis Hunter, 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far. And the Jaguars take the opening kickoff of the 3rd quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead. Point after, right down the middle. And that pushes the lead up to 11. After the touchdown, Cook now to kick this one away. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. Well, the opposition laid down the challenge and opening drive touchdown here to start the 2nd half. And, Charles, now you feel like this group needs to get an answer because this all of a sudden is a 2-score game.
Yeah, you're right about that. What was a small, manageable spread to overcome, a little bit more daunting now. I think you're exactly right. Pressure is on because you don't want them getting the ball back with a chance to really extend this lead out.
Well, when I looked down, he was kind of shaking his head right after he threw that pass. What did you see?
Well, from a defense's perspective, anytime you have your eyes back towards the quarterback, you're in a position to make a play on the ball, whether it's a big-time play by you or an overthrow by the quarterback. You have a much better opportunity.
On 1st and 10, it's Etienne. Trying to run inside, but nothing there. Officially no gain on the play, and it's second down.
Second and 10. At the 41-yard line.
Looking to throw, Lawrence. Over the middle here to Brown. And brought down, but able to get it to their 30-yard line. He's up now to 80 yards receiving in the ball game, and he's got a first down. Now Lawrence. A short throw there to Strange. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. So the completion good for just 3. And it'll be second down.
Brings up second and 7.
Now Lawrence to throw. Open man, it's Hunter. So give him 2 yards there on the completion. And now we've got a 3rd and 4.
Oh, it's time to give a little credit there to the defense. They played that very well because it was a drag route, and he ran a little shallower than normal as he worked straight across the field. He was hoping he'd get lost behind the defensive line, but once he made the catch, nowhere to turn upfield and gain any yardage.
And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line.
Cam Little on for the field goal. A 43-yard attempt.
And his kick is indeed good. So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx him.
And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
First and 10. At their own 22-yard line.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a pass-first league, that is quite surprising. Not many teams patient enough to stick with the run. Everybody wants to advance the ball through the air. They've got to get their timing back.
And this will wind up a Lions first down as he's able to get this out past the 40.
And he continues to pile up the yardage. That puts him over $150 now. And this defense has really had its problems trying to keep him contained.
First and 10 at the 41-yard line.
They'll look to throw now on first down. Jaguar pressure and a Jaguar sack. It'll be a loss of 7 on the sack, and it brings up second.
At the 34-yard line.
We're on to the 4th here on Thanksgiving Day. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on second down. And he's got his man on the out route. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. The offense on third down, 2 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 9. They'll drop to throw. Hard throw, incomplete.
The defender certainly didn't forget about him leaking out of the backfield. There was a guy ready and waiting to pick him up in coverage, and that throw had no shot.
And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter, let's see how this plays out. Got to try it here. He's back to throw. Pass taken in by his big tight end. So this drive going to continue following the conversion on 4th. Here's 1st and 10. Back to throw again. And a quick throw here that's complete. They'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. That good for 21 yards on the catch and run.
First and 10 at the 21-yard line.
They'll look to throw again. Looking middle, and that's complete. A gain of 8 there on the 8th play of the drive.
I always laugh when people say, what's the toughest route to defend? And I'm like, any of them, especially if it's a good receiver. That makes things very difficult. But when you're running a drag route,
Something short, shallow, going through defenders, using guys almost as screens in order to get open. That makes things tougher, guys trying to get to the football.
4 yards on the play. That's going to lead to 1st and goal. Again, he'll drop to throw. Quick hitter here. It's complete. And inside the 5 here before he's out of bounds, right at the 3. That's good for a gain of 6. 2nd and goal. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And that is caught. Touchdown, Detroit. Amon-Ra St. Brown from 3 yards out. And the Lions have made it a 1-score game again here in the 4th. The Jaguars going to go ahead and use their first timeout. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. Patterson now for the extra point. And that'll cut the lead down now to a touchdown. This game back within a touchdown now as the kickoff's away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. Their lead back down to 1 score after the touchdown a moment ago. First down's a must on this drive as they start out here 1st and 10. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. 46 yards rushing for him now in the ball game. Here's 2nd and 3. Lawrence will throw. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up. Not that time. On 3rd down, here's Etienne. And he's got the first down yardage as he brings this up to the 47. And 5 yards on the play there as the drive will continue. Back to throw now on 1st down. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
The good signal calls would never go back in the huddle and play the blame game because they need those guys to protect him. But on that last one, his offensive line, they lost their leverage very quickly, and that's why they were able to get to him and hit him as he tried to throw the football and force an incompletion.
On 2nd and 10, Lawrence. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. 10 yards there, good enough for a Jags first down. From the gun, it's Lawrence. He'll air it out deep for Thomas. Oh, he had a man running free, but he overshot him, and it's incomplete.
And in an afternoon where just about everything's gone right, there's an unlikely sight there. He's got a receiver all alone downfield, and he just overshoots him.
Looking long for Thomas. And this is taken in at the 5. And he takes it in. Touchdown, Jacksonville. Brian Thomas, 43 yards. And the Jaguars add on to their lead, and they are also closing in on a 5th straight victory. Now for the point after. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. After the touchdown, Cook now to kick this one away. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. A long drive last time out for this offense, Charles. If you remember, they started basically in the shadows of their own end zone. Marched, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. And the return here is stopped at the 35-yard line. With the points that we've seen scored, neither defense has been at their best, but these guys have been a little bit better, Charles, and a nice interception there.
Yeah, you're right about that, Brandon. Let's face it. It's not always how you start, it's how you finish, right? So maybe you have a rough game all the way along, but if you make a big play like that at the right time, it can make everything turn out just okay.
They show run with 3 tight ends here on first down. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it. Got to figure now, after getting that turnover, they're just going to be happy to keep the ball on the ground, right?
This is where covering the football, taking care of the ball, all the ball security terms that have ever been used, they come into play for the guys on offense right now. Just take care of it, and they've got a good chance of ending up winning this game.
Oh, look at Thomas wide open. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. That catch puts him over 70 yards receiving now as he's got a first down.
A gain of 13 yards. Red. First down, Jacksonville.
Here's a fake on the jet sweep, and instead a give up the middle. The Lions now going to use the second of their timeouts. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. Here's 2nd and 10. Operating from the gun, Lawrence. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Not too many missteps in the red zone thus far. He was going for his 5th touchdown pass. His man couldn't shake free there, but boy, you know he's going to take another shot before this one's over.
Yeah, exactly, because you know 3 is good, 4 is excellent. You get 5, that's a whale of a game. The Jaguars on 3rd down. They've been very good, 5 for 7 thus far. This is 3rd and 10. Back to throw. Lawrence. He'll try and do this himself. Targeting Thomas on the out route, making the catch. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. A good chance now to put this game on ice. This is 1st and goal. Now they send a man in motion right. A snap to Lawrence as he taps this forward. Oh, that is well read defensively. A great job of setting the edge, and that little touch pass is going to turn into a loss. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Jaguar football here as we welcome you back. They've got a 2nd and goal now as they look to add a few more points here onto their total. On the jet sweep, here is Travis Hunter. And that one never got off the ground. He's going to be stopped up well behind the line of scrimmage. And now we'll see a timeout used on defense as they stop it right out of the break with 1:57 to go in the ballgame. And now can they reverse the trend on 3rd and goal with the last 2 plays having gone backwards? They go play action with Lawrence. To the end zone, but knocked away and incomplete.
That's not the first time they've gone his way on this drive, and they were obviously keyed into him because they were there to help break that pass up.
And his kick is right there. It's good, and that will extend their lead even further. So with that, you figure this game's pretty much out of reach at this point.
Yeah, it's going to take a heck of a comeback to come from 3 scores down, but don't change that channel. Don't go away. Miracles can happen, and you want to be here in case it does.
You're a company man.
Aren't I, though?
And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. Well, this game, it has had no shortage of offense. They've been able to put up a decent amount of points on this side, Charles. They just have not been able to keep pace with the other offense they're going against here.
Yeah, it's a good way of pointing things out because now it's not a total loss because, as you said, they've scored some points, so there's some plays they can build on, moments where the game plan actually worked. But overall, though, they were just out-personnelled. They were going up against a team that's playing at an elite level.
2nd and 1. Throwing the out route incomplete. It's Tate. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. 15 yards for the Lions there on a first down.
1st and 10 at the 45-yard line.
Judkins going to run it out of the gun. And they nearly sprung him that time as he takes this all the way down to the 37. Another big gainer that time. This one goes for 19 yards. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 37-yard line.
Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. And he's going to go down. They get to him back at the 40. Brought down by Trayvon Walker on the pass rush.
At the 40-yard line.
On the handoff, this is Judkins. And he's going to be brought down at about the 33-yard line. A higher scoring game, Charles.